What if everything you're experiencing right now isn't real in the way you think it is? Not in a sci-fi movie-style illusion, but something deeper, something far more unsettling. Because the strange part is, this idea isn't coming from conspiracy theories anymore. It's coming from physicists, mathematicians, and scientists who are starting to notice something doesn't add up. And the deeper they look, the more reality starts to break. It starts with a disturbing realization. Your brain was never designed to show you the truth. Cognitive scientist Donald Hoffman proved something shocking using evolutionary models. Organisms that see reality accurately don't survive. They get outcompeted by organisms that see only what helps them stay alive. In other words, evolution didn't build your senses to reveal reality. It built them to hide it. What you see, colors, shapes, space, even other people, might not actually exist the way you think. They could be more like icons on a desktop. Simplified symbols that help you navigate something far more complex underneath. You don't see reality. You see a user interface. And just like icons on a computer screen don't resemble the circuits behind them, your world might not resemble the truth at all. So, the question becomes, what's really behind it? Then things get even stranger. Because reality doesn't just hide from you. It changes when you look at it. In the double-slit experiment, particles behave like waves until you observe them. The moment you try to measure them, they stop acting like waves and collapse into solid particles. It's as if reality waits until it's being watched. Even more unsettling, later experiments showed something impossible. The act of observing can affect what happened in the past. A particle can decide how it behaved after it already moved. Think about that. The present changing the past. No one fully understands why this happens, but there's one explanation that fits disturbingly well. If reality were a simulation, it wouldn't need to render everything all the time. It would only generate detail when someone looks at it. Just like a video game. Nothing is fully real until it needs to be. But if that's true, then reality might have limits. And it does. At the smallest possible scale, space and time stop behaving smoothly. There's a minimum unit of distance, a smallest possible step in reality. Below that, nothing exists. Physicists call it the Planck length and Planck time. But think of it like this: pixels and frame rate. Reality isn't continuous. It's divided into tiny, discrete chunks. Exactly what you'd expect from a digital system. Because, in a true physical universe, there's no reason for a smallest unit. Things should just keep dividing forever. But they don't. It's like zooming into an image and suddenly seeing the pixels. And if reality has pixels, then what is it rendering? Then there's something even harder to ignore. The universe is tuned with impossible precision. There are constant numbers that define how reality behaves: gravity, electromagnetism, nuclear forces. If you change even one of them slightly, everything collapses. So, no stars, no atoms, no life. The margin for error isn't small. It's almost zero. This isn't rough balance. It's exact, down to ridiculous levels of precision. And that raises a question scientists can't escape. Why these values? Because they don't come from anywhere. They just are, unless they were chosen, like settings in a simulation. But if that idea sounds extreme, the next one is worse. Statistically, you probably aren't real. At least, not in base reality. Philosopher Nick Bostrom argued that if any civilization becomes advanced enough to simulate conscious beings, and if they run enough simulations, then simulated minds would massively outnumber real ones. Billions to one. Which means the odds that you're in the one real universe are almost zero. You're far more likely inside a simulation, running on a system you can't see, controlled by something you'll never understand. And there's a darker twist most people ignore. If simulations don't exist, it likely means civilizations never reach that level. Something destroys them first. Every time. Or worse, they discover something so disturbing that they choose not to simulate reality at all. So either we're simulated, or something catastrophic awaits every intelligent species. Now, imagine this. What if the universe isn't just simulated, but literally is computation? Some physicists believe reality operates like a massive program. Every particle, every force, every interaction. The result of simple rules running over and over again. Information becomes the most fundamental thing. Not matter, not energy, just bits. Even the speed of light starts to look different. Instead of a physical limit, it could be a processing limit. The maximum speed the system can update itself. Quantum randomness? Not randomness at all. Just the system exploring possibilities before settling on an output. From the inside, it feels real. But underneath, it's just code executing. And if that's true, then space itself might not even be real. Because, according to another theory, the universe might not even be three-dimensional. The holographic principle suggests everything you experience in 3D could actually be encoded on a flat, two-dimensional surface. You're not moving through space. You're part of a projection, like a hologram. This idea comes from black hole physics. When scientists studied black holes, they discovered something bizarre. The information inside them is stored on their surface, not their volume. That shouldn't be possible, unless our entire universe works the same way, meaning depth, distance, space itself could all be an illusion. And then comes one of the most extreme ideas of all. Maybe reality doesn't just follow math. Maybe it is math. The mathematical universe hypothesis suggests that everything, every atom, every thought, every moment is just a mathematical structure. Not made of anything, just existing. No physical foundation, no deeper layer, just equations, all the way down. And if that's true, then every possible mathematical structure exists. Infinite universes, infinite realities, all equally real, including ones where you exist in completely different forms. But here's the terrifying part. If you are a mathematical structure, you would never know, because every test, every observation, would also be part of the same structure. There's no way out. But statistically, it gets even worse. Because according to physics, it's more likely that you don't exist as a person at all. In a vast universe, random fluctuations can create anything, even a brain. A fully formed mind, complete with memories, appearing out of nothing, for a split second, then disappearing. This is called the Boltzmann brain problem. And mathematically, it's more likely than an entire universe forming naturally. Which means it's more probable that you just popped into existence moments ago with fake memories than actually living a real life. And yet, here you are. Finally, the universe itself might already be leaving clues. When scientists mapped the oldest light in existence, the cosmic microwave background, they expected randomness. Instead, they found patterns, a preferred direction, strange alignments, massive anomalies that shouldn't exist. It's been called the axis of evil, and no one can fully explain it. Because in a natural universe, there shouldn't be large-scale structure like that. But in a constructed system, patterns like that could be artifacts, left behind by something deeper. So when you step back and look at everything together, it starts to feel less like coincidence. You can't perceive reality as it is. Reality changes when observed. It has resolution limits. It's perfectly calibrated. It behaves like computation. It might not even exist in 3D. And statistically, you might not even be real. So the question isn't whether reality is real. It's something much more unsettling. What if this was never meant to be understood in the first place?